who doesn't want an 18 to 25-year-old, well-built man that's willing to be eaten? That's what I like.
Imagine that 911 call. 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, it smells like somebody's burning a bag of dicks next door. I don't know.
I apologize in advance.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Listen Before We Get Canceled. My name is Cooper. I am joined, as always, by the incredibly handsome reason why Jennifer Aniston is pregnant again.
Again.
Scott, what's going on, dude?
Hello. Oh, we got some good stuff going on today.
Today we are talking about Armin Meiwes, the Rottenburg master butcher.
Rottenburg, which sounds like a name Nancy Pelosi's gynecologist would give her.
Exactly.
Oh, great. Here comes Rottenburg.
Exactly. He is a disturbed individual, to say the least.
Ooh.
And the funny thing about this whole thing is his victim, who was a willing participant, is somehow more disturbed, I think. We're going to talk about a little bit of his childhood and the different things. Armin lived in Germany, Rottenburg, Germany. He was a normal dude. He had a normal job. He liked to eat dicks, though. He wanted to eat dicks. His whole goal in life was eating dicks.
Yes. Oof.
Yes. He had an imaginary friend. He would use this imaginary friend to fulfill his fantasies of eating a person. This guy wanted to eat people. His name was Frankie. He was sexually attached to Frankie. He wanted to eat him. He wanted to fuck him. And he would not rest until he had done those things.
Yes, he thought, if I eat this person, he'll be a part of me, and he'll always be with me as a part of me.
Exactly. And that is disturbing.
Well, his childhood was okay, and then what, his dad just left?
Yeah, it was, from what we can tell, he didn't have a super traumatic childhood, really, right?
Well, no, the dad left, and then the mom went bonkers. She was crazy.
Okay.
Just weird. She would make him be like a servant. He had zero friends around. He was making up these Frankie people in his head.
And even his classmates, like in school, he wanted to he fantasized about eating them. He wanted to eat his classmates, and he wanted a younger brother too, right? He wished he had a younger brother so that he could, bite the brother or eat them or whatever. He was definitely messed up early on.
Yeah.
So his childhood was definitely not normal. He had a lot of unhealthy, clearly, thoughts and ideas. In March of 2001, he was on the dark web. He was on a website called the Cannibal Cafe, which was formerly Hot and Now.
Yes. I loved Hot and Now. You could go there and order 15 double cheeseburgers, 2 small fries, and a large Coke, and it's $4.12.
Exactly.
That was the best place ever.
Yeah, and he was on this website, this chat room really, and he posted that he was looking for a well-built 18 to 25-year-old man to be slaughtered and consumed. So, who doesn't want an 18 to 25-year-old, well-built man that's willing to be eaten? That's what I like.
Yes. But people replied. Many people replied until you realized they were serious.
Yeah, that is an interesting. There's apparently a lot of people that, even if they don't want to actually go through with it, they have some sort of sexual fetish of being eaten.
No.
Which, Hillary Clinton probably has that same fetish.
Yes.
And it's interesting, we talk about his imaginary friend Frankie. So this was actually the username that he kind of used in these chat rooms, was Frankie. And multiple people had replied to Armin's to his posts, but they would all back out because Armin was not joking around. He wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Eventually, he came into contact with a 43-year-old, which is a little bit older than he liked. He liked him younger. But he came across a 43-year-old engineer from Berlin. His name was Bernd Jürgen. He He replied to the post. He was not joking around. It wasn't a fantasy for him. He wanted to be slaughtered and eaten.
Yeah, he wanted to be alive during some of it.
Yes, he did. And we will get to that. But yes, he wanted to be alive. He wanted specific things to happen to him during the whole process. And he even wanted to participate. He wanted to eat parts of himself. On March 9th, 2001, Bernd bought a one-way ticket to Rottenburg. There's a lot of speculation about his state of mind during this time, whether or not he suffered from some sort of mental disorder, if there was how his background might have played into the choices that led him into Armin's life. Unfortunately, there's no way to tell what his mental state was. He is dead. He's no longer with us.
He had a girlfriend. That's the weird thing.
He did have a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend, but he was a homosexual, and he was deeply ashamed of that fact.
And they had like a healthy sex life, they said.
Yeah, which is insane. You know, he
most of those German women have mustaches, and they want it from the back anyway. So it's like, okay, exactly. We're halfway to gay anyway. So
exactly. So when Bernd arrived at Armin's home, they introduced themselves, and they quickly got down to business. Another interesting fact about all of this is the entire process of Bernd being killed, slaughtered. It's all recorded. There's hours of videotape footage of the whole thing. There's even footage of him giving consent, to be killed, which is crazy. They met, they clearly did it before they started the Cannibalism Act, and so, he's, I guess you just sort of like what they do in the South, you fuck what you eat.
Yep. It's not a new concept in the South if you have a goat farm.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not good.
And so, and the videotape it was 4 hours long. And a lot of it was him consenting to everything that was about to follow. So a 4 hour long movie. It must have been a Scorsese film or something.
Yes. Only he would do 4 hours.
Right. The videotape was never made public. However, when Armin would be put on trial, all of the jurors watched it.
Yeah, they're forced to. They had to watch all 4 hours.
All 4 hours.
I would have loved to have been the judge, because right at the worst parts of the video, I'd stop and make the jurors take lunch. Every day. All right, we're halfway to the dick. Let's take lunch.
Yeah. Oh. We're sauteing the dick. Let's break for lunch. That's good, yes. And the video, it speculated to contain Bernd taking... He did take there were some drugs involved, sleeping pills, cough medicine, things like that.
Yeah, he didn't want to be totally numb, but he wanted to be able to be taken out of consciousness as it was going on, just for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
He couldn't do it without the help of something, so...
Yeah, a lot like Matthew Perry, every morning before his demise. 20
sleeping pills and drinking a whole bottle of cough syrup.
Exactly. Right.
I wish we had the Friends theme song playing right now.
Yeah, we got to get the rights to that, Sarah. Can we get the rights?
Noted.
Yes.
Okay.
Noted.
Yeah.
Hold on. Growing up, you were not told that life would be this way. You're feeling sick, eating dick, and your parents think you're gay.
You may not be able to sing in church anymore, but you can always sing on this podcast. That was awesome.
Or at a Diddy party.
Yes. That's great.
We're going to get into some graphic things, so if you're squeamish, you might want to... You've made it this far, you're probably fine, but this is gonna get crazy. Bernd wanted his penis to be bit off, rather.
Oof. Yeah, Tyson style.
Like he wanted to Holyfield. He wanted that penis Holyfielded.
Yes.
And
yes.
that was his request. It wasn't something that Armin wanted or that he requested. Bernd wanted his penis bitten off.
Yeah, he wanted to see his teeth before they even met up. He wanted to see pictures of his teeth and see, are these good enough to chop right through this thing?
Are these some good chompers?
Good grief.
So Armin tried to comply. He tried to respect the penis biting wishes, but a hard penis, because Bernd was fully erect during this whole thing.
You have to.
He was like a flagpole.
Yes.
Armin couldn't get through it. He couldn't bite all the way through that. There's a lot of flesh, muscle, meat. He couldn't get through it.
Oh.
Right, Sarah?
Is this where we pause for a demonstration?
Yeah. It's not easy to bite through a penis. So eventually, Armin said, "This is too chewy. We're gonna have to cut this bitch off." So he cuts the penis. He cuts his.
He had to use 2 knives. The first one, he grabbed whatever he could find in the kitchen. I watched this interview, and Meiwes is talking about this, just all nonchalantly smiling. He grabbed any knife he could find in the kitchen, which was dull as a damn spoon.
Yeah.
And he's hacking through, and I guess this Brands guy is losing his mind. Like,
yeah.
Like, okay.
He's like simultaneously like coming and bleeding at the same time from all this.
Crazy.
Yeah. So they finally get the dick off. It gets even crazier.
This is when it gets Martha Stewart like.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. It's so crazy. So Armin also cut some fat off of Burnt's body, and he literally throws the penis and the fat and with some salt, some pepper, some wine, and some garlic, puts it in a frying pan.
See our website for the recipe.
Yeah, exactly. And he proceeds to fry up this penis. All this effort that was put into this penis. And here's what happens. Armin burns the motherfucker. He completely makes it unedible. Burnt wanted to eat his own penis. He tasted it, and he's like, "You stupid bitch. This tastes like shit. You've ruined my whole death." So all this effort that was put into all of this, and he burns it. He burns the penis.
Even the thought. He cut it long ways, and he tried getting even. Yeah. So you could both have the equal share.
Yeah, they wanted to have that moment together. And at this point, Brantz has lost a lot of blood too. Obviously, on top of it being burnt to a crisp, he was too weak to really even try it. So what Armin did is he ran Brant a bath and put him in it, and then he just kind of took off and read a book.
A Star Trek book.
He read a Star Trek book.
Yup. Crazy. It makes me think of Spock, how he moves his fingers across and there's nothing in the middle, because that's what happened to Brand. There's no dick in the middle anymore.
There's no dick.
Good grief.
Yeah. So yeah, he was reading the Star Trek book, the voyage home, the Dicks Among Us. Every 15 minutes or so, he would go check on Brant.
It's burned. You guys are an editing nightmare.
Oh yeah,
his
burned.
Dick.
Yeah,
burned.
It was. I got that's good. That's a good association.
That's how you can,
yeah.
First name
burned dick, burned guy. Okay. So he would check on him, and
every 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes. After he'd lost a lot of blood, the guy's definitely bleeding out. So Armin went into the bathroom after several hours of this, and he actually said a prayer over the guy and just slit his throat, put him out of his misery.
The sad part is he's checking on him every 15 minutes. He's doing this. He's running him a bath. He's doing all the stuff for him. The sad part is he treated Burned better than most caretakers do at a retirement home. Exactly. They even have horrible nicknames for patients like "What's that smell?" or "It's just bedsore Bobby." Fuck him. He can die. Exactly. That's crazy.
Exactly.
And when they ate the dick, the part that threw me for a loop is, imagine if this was that French pole vaulter. They'd have to get a to-go box. You're not going to get one sitting and eat this thing. That's crazy.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
That guy definitely had a large penis. So yeah, he stabbed him in the throat. Bled him the rest of the out, and then he actually hung him from meat hooks. And Armin had it was a big farmhouse. He had a lot of outbuildings. He had barns. Just imagine, they got this. He's got now we're getting into the part where this is what Armin wanted. He wanted to slaughter a person and eat them. Now we're starting to get into more his fantasies as opposed to Burns. Is that right?
Burned. Yeah, even in the interview that I saw of Meiwes, he's talking about how he struggled. Like you just said, he said a prayer and he struggled with having to kill him. He slit both sides of this guy's throat, cut his head off, then cut him in half and hung him on meat hooks in this room.
Yeah.
Like Hannibal Lecter style.
Yeah.
He struggled with that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I struggle with that as well. Yeah, he cut him up, he butchered him, made him into hamburgers, made him into roast.
Yeah.
But he froze it. He froze it, and it's estimated that over the course of from the time he was murdered, or I don't even know if you can call it murder, the time he was killed till the time Armin was caught, he had consumed an estimated 44 pounds of this guy.
Oof.
That's a lot of meat.
Even in the freezer, he had things labeled for what he's going to do with that choice of meat. He had goulash written on him.
Yes.
For real, it was just crazy.
Right.
There was some kind of stew. It's like, my.
And this guy, he had a job. He was a computer repairman of some sort. I guarantee he was bringing Burn to work, heating him up in the microwave. People are like,
Oof.
what is Armin heating up?
Goodness.
It's like when someone heats up like fish at work and you smell it and you're like, what are they bringing to work? But it wasn't fish. Now we have we found a transcript of Armin's and Burnt's conversations. One of their conversations they had in the Cannibal Cafe. We're going to read that for you. How do you pronounce this, Sarah? How do you pronounce his screen name?
Is it
Antropharchus? I don't speak Greek.
Anthrophagus.
Anthrophagus.
So that was Armin's screen name, and it's a Greek word for man-eater. So, clever, whatever. And then Burnt's name was Cater99. I don't know.
Cater99.
I don't understand.
Cater99.
Cater99.
So who was? Well, I don't know. We don't know what the significance of Cater99 is. It's probably just some anonymous thing that he came up with. We're gonna read through this transcript and just to get you an idea. And this is, it's translated into English, but this is pretty much word for word the conversation that went on between these two guys.
I have to be burned. I have to be the guy where I can get in.
You're gonna be the penis guy.
He was beheaded twice, if you really want to think about it.
He was.
Good
he
grief.
absolutely was.
King Henry VIII would be like, let's go 6 more times, man. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Hello.
Hello. So, hi, Cater. What do you do professionally that you are up so late at night?
I can't sleep well anymore because of our meeting.
Well, that is a sensible reason. Yesterday I was incredibly tired. It was a stressful day.
I'm in telecommunications.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Sidebar, he doesn't even talk normal, dude. This is so weird.
They don't.
Out of nowhere. Yesterday I was incredibly tired. It was a stressful day. I'm in telecommunications. He sounds like some 4-year-old that just wants... He's been in all day to let you know I'm in telecommunications.
Exactly.
All right, anyways, your turn.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I believe you.
These guys got no game. But I'm looking forward to our meeting. It will definitely be really cool.
I want it to be. I hope it'll be really cool. Are you setting an alarm clock? No.
Setting an alarm clock for what?
Yes.
But
imagine your Apple Watch. You're looking down at your wrist. Oh, I have to eat dick. Okay. Here
exactly.
We go.
Well, it's only a few days until March 9th.
Still, I would rather have met you yesterday and felt your teeth.
See, this is what we're saying. Like, this guy wanted it.
He wanted
it wasn't like Armin was out trying to abduct people, kill them, and eat them. He wanted a guy,
willing victim.
A willing victim.
Completely.
Exactly. One can't have everything. There's still some time before you really feel my teeth.
This fucker sounds like Yoda.
My dick, are you hungry for?
It's like, one can't have everything.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a sensible reason. Good grief.
Oh, yeah, so...
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
I hardly know what to expect. Have you slaughtered a man before?
Unfortunately, only in my dreams, but in my thoughts, I do it every night.
So I'm the first? You have eaten human flesh before, or you haven't?
Well, no, you don't exactly find it in the supermarket, unfortunately. These fucking guys.
Very fortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the ground pork? No, I went through 5 bags of dick, and I can't find the ground pork. All right, anyway. How do you know if it will taste good to you, or that the blood won't make you sick?
I'm readying myself with my dreams. Once I was so excited, I grabbed a needle and drew my own blood so I could drink it.
In your blood, it tasted good to you?
Oh yeah, it was quite tasty. Once I was drilling some holes and the drill slipped right into my hand. That was a real treat. This fucking guy. Blood is the juice of life. It contains everything a person needs for nutrition.
Sidebar, I would like that print on the side of like a tampon box.
Yeah.
Just see how many people are like, well,
perfect.
I haven't been eating healthy lately. Maybe I'll just suck on... anyway.
Yeah, it is the juice of life.
Then I hope you won't wilt, that you can really see it through without a problem.
To bite into your penis will certainly not be easy. Yeah, no shit. Living flesh is somewhat more resistant than fried. But one thing is certain. Our dream will be fulfilled.
That whole quote, I'm going to end every card I send my grandparents with that quote. Hey, Grandma, to bite into your penis will certainly not be easy. I won't. All right, anyway. But there's not so much in it as there is in muscle?
Yeah, but the penis is principally a spongy material filled with blood.
For both our sakes, I hope that's true. I hope you have also already thought about what's to be done with the rest. Fulfilling the dream shouldn't become a nightmare for you. No one will know where I've disappeared to.
After you're dead, I'll take you out and expertly carve you up, except for a pair of knees and some fleshy trash like skin, cartilage, tendons. There won't be much left of you.
There will be a good bit, like the knees. I hope you have a good hiding place for them.
I'll dry out the knees and grind them up soon after.
Okay, they're good as fertilizer. I heard that once. I see you've thought about it. Good. Sounds like I'm the first.
These guys are just so nonchalant about this whole thing. It seems like, okay.
Yeah, it's like meeting up at the park to play soccer.
Exactly.
Okay, I will bring the ball. It's like, what the heck, dude?
And you won't be the last, hopefully. I've already considered catching a young person from the street, but I would rather kill one who wants to be killed.
That also doesn't sound bad. But yeah, seeing it as it's not so totally legal, this is in my eyes better than yanking somebody directly off the street.
Exactly. I would gladly do it if it was legal. So,
what the heck?
Right. So in our research, we also came across some email conversations, but that we just have some little clips that we found interesting, funny. So the first one was one that Armin sent to Burned. Sorry.
Burned, yeah.
Burned.
He noted that he had been looking for someone to eat for a long time. I mean, he said in the email since 1999, and that without the internet, it wouldn't have been possible. Which is understandable, because, like, what are you going to do? You can't, put an ad in the newspaper.
Hand out flyers to all your neighbors.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you 18 to 25 years old and want to be eaten? Call Armin.
Armin also said he was making spaghetti carbonara for dinner. His future victim replied, "You don't have to buy meat again. There'll be plenty left. What will you do with my brain?" And he was like, "I'll leave it. I don't want to split your skull. I can cut you in half and cut your head off and eat half your dick. But I don't want to split your skull. I still go to church." So, yeah. And he said, well, you can use it as an ashtray. That's what Burns said, which is crazy.
Yeah, the guy just wanted nothing left of him. And these emails between the two, they were read in the courtroom that was in Kassel, Germany. They had just like crazy small talk. He said, "Are you a smoker?" And he said, "Yeah, but my teeth are pretty white." And I go, "That's good. I hope you liked smoked meat."
Oof.
Okay.
He wanted this.
That was their dirty talk, talking about smoking his meat.
What's weird is when I saw the interview when Meiwes was talking, he was talking about how they went to the house, they got it on, and he chickened out for a little bit. And he said the pills that he was taking, it didn't take effect. And he's like,
yeah.
If I don't get numb, I just want to be kind of numb, we can call it off. So he wasn't getting numb, so he took him back to the train station, and they were waiting.
Oh, yeah. I do recall that, too, yeah.
And then he went to the bathroom, he came out, and he was like, okay. Burned said, let's try again. So they went to the pharmacy, got a bottle of schnapps and a whole bunch of sleeping pills, which there should be like a fact check. You know how like if you buy, what is that? the stuff that makes meth, they hide behind the counters all the time.
Yeah, acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen, yeah. They ask you if you're going to make meth. Imagine now if you buy like sleeping pills and a thing of scotch. Are you going to cut someone's dick off?
Yeah.
Yes, I need you to take this. Yeah. So no, they go back to his house and he finally takes all the pills and they start to work and then he can get into it. But till then, it's like, he wanted this. He even backed out and then back in.
Yep, exactly.
He wanted it so bad.
We have a couple of just small, weird, basic facts about the two. Bernd was a telecommunications engineer. Armin was he was an ATM or like computer repairman. Both had serious childhood issues that were never resolved and fantasies and things like that. Armin in his home, and I think you said you told me about a video that you saw. He had a mannequin that resembled his mom.
Yeah, after his mother died.
Yeah.
He would take this mannequin and put it in the mother's room and put it to bed every night. So anyway, when this all went down, he's arrested and the house was abandoned before it got burned down. Yeah, somebody went in there and was videotaping everything, and the mannequin
was still there.
The bedroom where the whole thing went down is, kind of stripped a little bit, but you can still see remnants.
Yeah. From the time Bernd died to the time Armin was arrested, it was approximately a year. So he was eventually arrested, and it was in 2022. And it was because after this, when he ate Bernd, he felt powerful. Like he felt like he was absorbing Bernd's energies. I mean, he said that Bernd spoke English, and that after eating him, he was like, "Oh man, I fucking speak English better now."
Wouldn't it be crazy if that worked for everything? If you're like, yeah, I was playing basketball and I sucked at rebounding, and then when I heard Bill Russell passed away, I had to try it. So now I'm grabbing more balls than a Cub Scout than a Cub Scout counselor in a teepee tent.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck, dude?
So he thought that eating him, he was actually absorbing his knowledge, his essence, his whatever.
Yeah.
After this, like Arwen didn't stop. He continued to look for other willing participants that wanted to be eaten. And he had several people that were interested. They ultimately couldn't go through with it. And that's another interesting thing too, is like he would have them at his house and he would be like, we're ready to go. And they would be like, nah, I really don't want to die. And he just let him go.
Yeah, he was like super nice about it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay, no, I understand. And he just let him go home. He wasn't your traditional like murderer.
No.
And
that made it so hard in the trial when they're trying to pin stuff on him.
Exactly.
Cannibalism is not illegal in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
So what if that's like the only law they passed to right the wrongs of the Holocaust? 'Cause some of the Jewish people started eating other Jews in the concentration camps. They're like, we'll let the Jews have that.
We'll let them have that. Exactly.
That'll make it even. Good grief.
Eventually, Armin was caught basically because a college student that was on these forums, in these chat rooms, alerted the police to him that hey, this guy is for real. Like, he wants to eat dicks. He's not just playing around. Armin was arrested. His home was searched. They found body parts. They found the entire videotape of the whole incident. That he had.
All 4 amazing Disney hours of it.
Exactly. Yes. So Armin was diagnosed with a schizoid personality disorder, but he was deemed fit to stand trial. So he sat in jail for a couple of years, but in 2004 he was convicted of manslaughter and he was sentenced to 8.5 years in prison. He got 8.5. He got 8.5 years for eating a dude.
That's just...
that Germany doesn't have the same types of double jeopardy laws that the United States has. Okay, they brought his ass back to court in 2005, and they did a retrial. And they appealed his sentence, arguing that he should have been convicted of murder because he killed for sexual gratification, and because he disturbed the peace of the dead.
That's how pathetic and desperate they were. They were reaching for anything they could find.
Yeah,
yes.
This guy can't be out in the world though, so they were like, we got to come up with something here.
Armin should have said, like, his defense should have said, these are his religious beliefs. And for real, if you read the Bible, blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, am I reading it wrong? Or
Exactly.
Did I go too far with this?
And so at the trial, a psychologist stated that Armin could reoffend, as he still had fantasies about devouring the flesh of young people. He liked them young. So in May of 2006, a court in Frankfurt convicted Armin of murder, and they actually sentenced him to life imprisonment. So he's in jail in Germany for life. And this guy, you talk about a little bit about his life behind bars, because he's still alive. He's still well and kicking. Armin told detectives that he had consumed his victim with a bottle of South African red wine, so we got to get a bottle of that. He had used his finest cutlery, decorated his dinner table. It was a whole thing. It was a whole process for him.
It's a romantic evening.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he said that humans tasted like pork, but like stronger or sweeter or more savory. He told the police during his interview that he developed his taste for cannibalism at a young age. It was inspired by the story of Hansel and Gretel, where the witch has the children and she's like, oh, we're going to fatten these kids up, and then she wants to eat them. And later in prison, he admitted that cannibalizing, he admitted that he did it and expressed regret for his actions. He said he wanted to write a biography with the aim of deterring anyone wanting to follow in his footsteps.
He was quoted as saying, with every bite, my memory of him grew stronger, and after eating Burns, he felt much better and more stable. And I'm thinking, wouldn't that be like the fix to our anti-anxiety pills? Yeah, goodness. I was nervous getting on that flight. Then I ate a dick, and now I'm all better. Everything's better.
Yeah.
Wow. Even cannibal tribes would call humans long pig because they have this strong, sweet pork taste to it.
Yeah, crazy.
Long pig, which is ironically the same name the Russians gave to Mr. Brittany Griner. Good grief, that's a fucking dude. If you push in the size of a vagina, a penis will pop out. No question.
Exactly.
Yes.
Totally.
Armin looking for a young, well-built man who wants to be eaten. That's Brittany Griner's Tinder description.
All right.
Sorry. Even Putin didn't want her after a while.
Yeah, I send her back.
Yeah. This Sasquatch is going to rape us. Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm over it. Sorry.
What Armin did was crazy and insane and completely messed up. But I wonder, what was his crime? The guy wanted it.
Yes. He goes, that was my wish. That was my wish.
And they have it on videotape. It's not
Yes.
it's not like it was just his, some guy talking shit.
One hell of a Make-A-Wish thing with John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena, I want you to hook this up.
He just shows up. Yeah.
Oh, shit. He's waving his hand for his face like, I do not want to see this dick being cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, not good.
In his time in prison, he wrote several papers and different things trying to deter people from doing this. Interestingly enough, Armin, while in prison, became a vegetarian.
Woo!
Yeah. Sounds like some old lady at church made this up. I asked Armin what he wanted for lunch, and all he sent me was eggplant emojis. I guess he's a vegetarian now. Goodness,
like how do you go from eating literal dicks to just some tofu? Maybe he asked the guards or whatever to shape the tofu like dicks.
Yes. I guess.
So
Goodness.
he also claimed, and he would probably know this, but he said that there was probably about 800 active cannibals in Germany.
Oof.
Yeah, they all hate the Jews.
Yes.
He worked at the laundry. He went to church. In 2020, Armin was actually allowed to go outside of prison, supervised, of course, just to go around town and, catch a movie or something, I guess.
Yeah, they would make him wear glasses and a baseball cap so he wouldn't be recognized.
Right.
Because this got to be a big deal. There were a lot of people starting up things to keep this going.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's been a lot of pop culture references, a lot of different things that have gone on. Like we said, we don't know. The crime was consensual. Was this a murder, or was it like a Jack Kevorkian assisted suicide? He wanted to do gays, and I mean, really, the Germans are just, and I can say this because I'm 100% German. Germans are just fucking weird. They're weird. They eat a lot of phallic shaped foods. They killed lots of Jews. They're just weird.
They have a slightly gay accent. Wow,
they
yes,
do.
They all
do.
with everything.
They do. So that's our episode here. Next week We're working on a couple different ideas, but we're probably going to be talking about possibly some local Michigan crimes, possibly Ed Kemper. If you
Co-ed killer.
The co-ed killer. If you have any questions, concerns, maybe you have a suggestion of what something you'd like to hear us talk about, send us an email at before we get canceled. That's canceled with 2 L's at gmail.com. And we will definitely reply. We will probably, with your permission, read the email on our show. Love to hear from you guys. Yeah, we got anything else? Is that it?
Nope, we're done with the Master Butcher.
The Master Butcher of Rottenburg. Wow. So yeah, we will see you next time.
That's Cooper and Scott
and Sarah.
Now
do the Yoda voice, Sarah.
Do it.
She does a great Yoda voice.
Never.
So we'll get her to do it one time, but she has a Yoda impression that's I haven't actually heard it, but it's supposedly good.
It's like a Biden Yoda impression.
My pants who shit?
Yes. You know, with this house, they should have made a haunted house out of this.
Oh yeah, they should have.
How awesome!
Like it was a completely missed opportunity. Buy this house for probably dirt cheap, turned into a haunted house, and just hang dicks up and sell dick-shaped foods. It'd be
everything.
Awesome.
All ages welcome. Got little 5-year-olds.
All ages.
Trying to bite the tip off, and they're like, no. My uncle said I can't bite that off. It's
right.
That'd be crazy.
They have like bobbing for apples, but it's like bobbing for dicks. It's just all kinds of crazy.
Or competitions. If you can chew through this dick, if you can do better than the Master Butcher, which is the same nickname as Donald Trump's barber. Good grief. That would be awesome. It'd be cool to have John Bobbitt, force him to go in there. And every 5 minutes, have somebody jump out a window. I'm going to cut your dick off.
Yeah, he's having like flashbacks like he's in Nam or something.
Shell-shocked.
She's going to cut my dick off.
And they can't do it now because they burned the house. Some arsonists burned the house down April 17th, 2023.
Yeah. So the house is gone, so it'll never, our dreams are ruined.
Imagine that 911 call. 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, it smells like somebody's burning a bag of dicks next door. I don't know. That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, until next time then, we will see you then. And like I said, before we get canceled at gmail.com. That's before we get canceled at gmail.com. And hit us up with your messages. Have a good day, everybody.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.